For the past 20 years, Green Country's Beth Rengel has brought us interesting stories from around the country
We know who you are, Beth.
and around the corner.
From her conversation with Oprah to the Miss America pageant, Beth Rengel's story reveals a valuable lesson. With cover girl looks and an amazing singing voice, the former Miss Texas toured with the Minstrels, the USO, married an NFL football star, had her home featured in magazines, and was the most popular news anchor in Tulsa, where we worked together. She had it all, but life was not always as perfect as it seemed. Beth is telling her story in a new book, Anchored in Illusion, and she's here to tell us her story. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been a long
so
time.
long.
Yes.
Let's reminisce with an old picture of you and me. Do we have one? Look
There
at
we are.
us.
We were at a dance.
You were
at a
saying,
dance.
stop asking me to slow dance. The KOTV Christmas bash.
Get the cameras off of us.
Oh, good times. Good
yeah,
times.
I had a crush on you.
Oh,
Did you know
please.
that?
Yeah, they were constantly trying to keep me away from you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
You're
go
right.
back to, what was it, the early 70s when you are in the Miss America pageant. We had this amazing, I loved watching this film. I think, is this Burt Parks last year?
It was, yes, Burt Parks last year, 1973. That was the Miss,
Which one is this?
that was the Miss Texas pageant, yes. But that was the summer before that's Phyllis George right there.
Wow.
And
But all this pageantry had to set the stage for some of the issues that you deal with in this book.
Oh gosh, and I'm still dealing with issues that, looks aren't everything.
Yeah.
But when you are raised to put so much emphasis on how you look, you can't be skinny enough, you can't be tall enough or tan enough. And then I only got third runner-up at the Miss America pageant, so I wasn't good enough. So something happened. I didn't smile big enough. The dress was the wrong color. I mean, you go through this litany of putting yourself down.
It must be crazy. And
Yes.
but you do really well. I mean, far more than what most people accomplish. And then you marry this NFL football star from the Saints. We have a picture of that. And so this is like, the optics of this are impressive to everyone, including your mother.
It was the fairy tale
Yeah.
life. The only problem is that I didn't love him, but everyone told me, you have to marry him. He's wonderful. That's where I got my name, Beth Rengel.
Yeah.
And I tried every way in the world to love him, and in the process, developed every eating disorder before they even had a name, because I was so empty within myself.
And I felt like your mom really, your parents really weren't there to give you the good advice. You want to walk down the aisle and you're having second thoughts and they say, suck it up.
That's
you're,
right.
You're going.
That was my dad. He said, now's a hell of a time to be telling me this. You get your rear down that aisle, because all these people have come to see you get married. So that was, I never heard my own voice. And then I traded it in to be a news anchor, where you have beauty consultants tell you how to walk and talk and what to think, to news consultants to tell you, don't wear your hair like that, or don't sit like that, don't pray, don't laugh, never touch the anchor man.
Yeah,
You always
it's
have your
crazy.
shoulders covered. At first, at Channel 8 in
Yeah.
Tulsa, the owner of the TV station would say, I don't want to see your ear. I said, what does that mean? Don't look at the anchorman or the sportscaster, you cheat.
It's
you look like
crazy.
that. Or don't move your eyebrows. I want all of you to try talking without moving your eyebrows. It's impossible. And so,
but you're there are two stories that I tell everybody from this book that I will be telling you. The first one I want you to tell, it's you're driving over you're in the news now.
Yeah.
You're a young reporter, you're driving over this long bridge, and two limos are essentially, I guess, trying to box you in and pull you over, and what happens?
well, it's the longest body of water in the country. It's called Lake Pontchartrain. And my first job, I worked for free because I convinced the people to hire me because they didn't have anyone who didn't have experience. So I went to New Orleans to do a story. And I had met Governor Edwards as a reporter, but that limo pinned me in, and I had a little sports car, and I was trapped, and I see this man get out from the back limo, run up, get in my car, and he reeked of
Cologne.
perfume, cologne,
Yeah.
and stiff, and it was Governor Edwards. There's the picture.
Trying to ask you out.
He had written a poem for
Oh,
me
God.
and was reading it. I wish I had saved it. But I thought the arrogance because of the power he had.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to throw me in the river, actually.
Well, I
But
thought maybe you could have exposed him on the news and he would have been in trouble, but he got in trouble for so many other things, I suppose it
yes,
didn't matter.
That's true.
The other story that I like to tell, that you tell that is great is you get married, you redo your dream house, you buy all these cabinets from France and put all this stuff in together for an amazing shoot in Good Housekeeping magazine. And the magazine
Yes.
hits the stands, and then what?
Well, that was husband number 3.
Okay.
He was the pilot, the good-looking
Mm-hmm.
Marlboro man that sought me out because I made a lot of money as an anchor. And we rebuilt this beautiful home and did a lot of the work ourselves. And they take pictures a year in advance, and,
Yeah.
and it made the cover of Better Homes and Gardens. And then he went back to Florida with half my 401k and savings, and I had to sell my house, and they gutted it.
They gutted
the
it.
kitchen, the tall painting, everything was gutted. And it was a year later that I was in Patty's little store,
Right.
and I was reaching for that magazine, and I thought,
Yeah,
it's not
the
there.
dream is over. And so this, Beth,
not there.
to wrap, this leads to the lesson learned from this book that you discussed a little bit when you were on Oprah.
yes.
And that conversation went like what?
That was wonderful to meet her. Well, everything that we strive for, we try to get money to buy the house we live in, the kind of car we drive, the clothes we wear. It's all stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, and what Oprah kind of validated for me, it was the things that bring you happiness are things you cannot buy. And I did ask her in the book, I said, "Are you happy?" And she said, "What's happy? That's an overrated word. I feel joy when I go to my farm and I'm with my animals and my dogs and my horses." And I thought, I'm going to use that word from now on, joy. It's things you cannot buy.
Well, there's some great stories in the book and a
Thank
great
you.
lesson that you just articulated, and we thank you for sharing it with us. And it's great to see you.
Go to my web,
After all these years.
bethrengel.com, or you can get the book. It's pocket change, on Amazon. And I love following you on Facebook. You've got the best family and best laugh and voice.
Thank you.
That I know now why they love you so much
Well,
here.
it's so great to see you, Beth. The book is called Anchored in Illusion, and you can check it out on her website. Let's go around town. Hey, Anna.
Hey, good morning.